Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today I'm gonna make a probably longer video about how I collect. So again, editing, not my thing, not into it. YouTube is very much just like, hey, this is what I do for fun. But someone did ask me anyway, so this is gonna be pretty janky. They asked me a little while ago, they said, hey, can you show me how to collect? Maybe they meant invest, I don't know. I'm not an investor within the card games. I think it's just cool. Well, I think it's just coincidental that if you've been collecting for a long time, somehow that turned into an investment, and now your investments have paid off tremendously, or your collection. So like if you bought first edition LOB Blue Eyes years ago for, I don't know, $30, $50, whatever, today you can sell that for thousands. So I put how to start collecting, but this is really how I collect. How do I go about getting what I want? By blue version. So let's go right in. This binder I recently bought, and it's filled with some cards that are gonna be pretty, you're gonna wonder why I have them in a binder, but I'll explain as I go. So the first lesson that I have in here, how I do it, is foresight. Check upcoming releases, use OCG, that's a big one. What retro is popular? For example, Glow Ball. So starting with, and then hindsight. I don't know if it's really hindsight, but look over old sets, and again, look over retro formats. What retro formats are becoming popular? So let's take Plant format from 2011 with Billy Breaks deck, all that stuff. You can buy Ultimate Glow Bulbs right now. You can probably buy them for about $40 for first ed. Now, if you look at stuff like Ultimate First Ed Plague Spreader, that routinely goes for $150, $200, maybe even more, Glow Bulb's probably like the second most popular tuner of all time. You can find those Ultimate First Ed for about $40, right? Is that something you want to look into buying? Use OCG. And I don't know how much this actually works for us now, but especially in the past when I played a lot more, OCG sets came out months before TCG sets did. And that this will go into a little bit of another thing. Months before TCG sets. So you could look at what OCG was playing and see cards coming out. For example, Phantom Darkness. Everyone knew Dark Arm Dragon was a broken card. Upon its release in TCG, $300. So check for so this really goes hand in hand. Upcoming releases with what is OCG using. Again, retro format. Pay attention to online forums. What retro formats are popular? You know, Go format's gone. You're looking at like thousands upon thousands of dollars. Too late. But if you look at the 2011 format, 2012 format, 2007 Perfect Circle's getting popular. I think those are probably like the biggest one. Maybe 2014 hat format. Look at those. Checking old sets. This one's huge. You could literally go into TCG Player and just scroll through and just find, not like old sets, but like side sets. For example, I found Dark Legends. Dark Legends was something I bought a lot of when it first came out, and I just kind of forgot about. It doesn't come with any great reprints. It doesn't come with any new rarities, but it's old. So I went in there and I purchased the entire set for literally less than $100. I got the entire set, along with multiples of some of the cards. The Exodia head, for example, I think I bought for like $10 first ed. They might be up to 70. I feel like I saw someone say they're up to 70, but look for those things. Look for these sets that people aren't interested in and start collecting there. And so moving into the binder, I don't really have any of the pages correlating with what I'm gonna be talking about, but what I've done here is I've taken, I don't wanna say cheap cards, because some of these cards are they can be expensive, but like old cards. So this is some OCG original set LOB. Oh, it's not called LOB. I don't exactly know what a PG means. I don't know. I forget. I haven't even looked it up, to be honest. But some very old, very good condition, card textured format OCG cards. So let's take Legend of Blue Eyes, for example. You could pick up rares from Legend of Blue Eyes they're probably pretty expensive now, to be honest. But you can find rare first ed cards from Legend of Blue Eyes, maybe commons. Commons would be a better idea. I don't know, 10, 20 bucks. Is that expensive for a common? Yes. Is that expensive for a collection? Probably not. So let's look at old cards. That's what I'm saying. Find an interest in the area and start collecting. It doesn't have to be expensive stuff, is what I'm saying. And you'll see a few cards in here. I'll just point out, because I do have as one of the lessons, is double sleeving. Make your cards look good. If you make your cards look good in a binder, your collection will look good. You'll want to keep collecting. You want to get more. You want to add more. You'll make yourself feel better because your collection looks better. It's weird, but it's human psychology, and other people will like it more. So, like I said, there's probably not a lot in here that is genuinely appealing I love all of these cards. I love the way this binder looks as I started making it. But a lot of it is presentation. So, let's see. Single out your target. Choose the cards you want first. Do you want sealed or do you want singles, right? Are you looking to buy a sealed collection or are you looking to buy single cards? Are you looking for older cards? Are you looking for newer cards? Older cards are terribly hard to get. That's where the money is though. Those are very hard to find. Newer cards, of course, very expensive, very hard to find. If you look at, let's take, what do they call those? Like the Appaloosa, is it Prismatic? I think the rarity's called, or Collector's Rare. Those are very expensive, but again, huge. And then archetypes. I would say if you're going to start a collection, if you're starting out, find an archetype, find a set of cards that you're interested in. Heroes, Crystal Beasts, Destiny Heroes, ABC, I don't even know if that is actually collectible. Oh yeah, it is, I guess. ABC, XYZ, VW, whatever. All those things. Those are things to look at. Is where do you want to start? So single out your target, find a starting place. So here you'll see some pretty weird things and I'm going to move the camera around. I don't want to move too much, but I have some very beautiful Dark Magician Girl Dragonites. And a weird thing here is Fortress Whale Oath common. And then over here, I have some OCG, extremely hard to get cards in TCG, except that's like Premium Pack 1. Unless you get Secret Rare, kind of expensive. But then Fortress Whale. And the reason I put Fortress Whale in here in these, because in TCG, they're just expensive cards in general. I guess just like hard cards, fine. But Fortress Whale has 3 printings, I believe. Yes, one's a Tournament Pack Super, $400. One's a Speed Duel Tournament Pack Ultra, I think like, I couldn't even begin to get $80 maybe. And then Speed Duel Common, which I feel is short print. So when you're looking at that, that's things to look at is, can you find cheap cards that are still pretty rare? And I would say common Fortress Whale from Speed Duel, probably pretty rare. Again, here is another example of a card that you want to make the sleeves work for you. I think Zero the Mant within this sleeve, double sleeved, this is beautiful. I think this looks so good. It also comes as Secret Rare, and I think Zero the Mant in general just has very good artwork. But this is just an example of how you can make your cards work for you. This will make your collection stand out if you just do simple things like that. Moving on to the next one. Again, there it is. Make your cards work for you. You should be trying to, in my opinion, sleeve everything. Over here, see some Mammoth the Great Gold Find. Definitely takes me back to, what's that game called? The old PlayStation game. I played it at the time, I can't think of it. And then some of the hero cards. I have an evil hero up there, and these are all OCG. Some OCG stuff, actually it's TCG, and TCG First Ed. Like that's a TCG First Ed, but you can easily fit that into a page. Again, not an expensive card. These aren't expensive cards, but you can just throw them in. They're kind of rare, I guess, because I don't know if Mammoth Gold Find ever had another print. And out of a whole box, all I got was 5. I don't know if that's a lot or not. But again, make these cards work for you. It doesn't have to be expensive. Shop around. This is a big one. Use your locals. And a lot of people think of locals as the store down the street. But is it local? You have TCG Player, you have eBay, you have Facebook, Instagram. Players who are quitting the games, players quitting, that's a big one. You know, I would argue that all this stuff is local, but that's more of a sociology kind of thing. But let's look at players quitting the game. Players quitting the game typically sell collections or cards, like you could find them, no kidding, between like 40-50%. They want to get rid of their cards, you want to buy their cards. It's a perfect mix. Just go in there, join Facebook groups, offer them prices, and just see what sticks. You know, I'm not saying try to rip people off if they don't know what they have, but if people are quitting, it's because they don't want these cards anymore. Try to get those cards. Use Facebook groups. You'll find all kinds of good deals on Facebook groups like Zodiac or whatever groups there are, I don't know. But people are willing to work with you, that's for sure. What do we have here? Again, sellers want to sell, say no, and work prices, right? If someone offers you, let's see, I just bought an Ultimate Red Tour Guide. If the guy wanted $200, well, that's market price. I'm gonna say, no, I don't want your Ultimate Red Tour Guide for $200. So, all right, let's start working prices. I ended up buying it for a much lower price, $160, But let's go ahead, like, start working those prices. And then over here, more speed duel stuff. Harpy's Pet Dragon. I think this was a very cool one. Something that has, I think, 4 printings. One's the secret rare from video game, secret rare from retro pack, I think an ultra rare and a duelist pack or something, like legendary pack or something, and then this common. Again, a very hard card to find. Let's sleeve it up, let's throw it in the binder. Gatekeeper. I don't know if this has ever been printed. Same with Pendulum Machine. I don't know if these have ever been printed outside of speed duels, but even as speed duel commons, hey, pick those bad boys up. If there's anything I know, it's, again, commons can become very expensive. Look at old tournament pack commons. Look at the Legend of Blue Eyes commons. There's a lot of places you could look. Oh, understand prices. Is TCG Player, let me move this again, the end all be all for pricing? No, it's the best place to go. It's what I use if I'm pricing out a collection. I'll use TCG Player. But again, if you find a card on TCG Player for $200 and I go to eBay.com and I find someone selling it for $50, is it a $200 card price, or is someone just trying to mark it up hoping players don't look everywhere, you know? Understand conditions, near mint, light play. What is mint? If there's very few things that I can't stand in like the collector's world, it's players who think that near mint equals mint. If something's mint, that's because you're trying to get it graded. You're trying to go to PSA and say, hey, give me a 10, a 9 or a 10 on this so I can resell it a big portion. No, near mint is not mint. Light play is not near mint. Damaged does not mean that I'm trying to pay 80% for that card. You know what I'm saying? So understand that in morals. Don't rip people off. Just because you can find something at $5 for a super expensive card, should you do that? Come on now. You know, we all have that little kid at our locals who, and I was that kid once. I had a first ed Dark Arm Dragon secret rare. Player offers me $100. I said yes. I thought, wow, this is amazing. It was a $300 card. This was right at the release of Gold Series, I believe. So it was like $250, $300. I got $100 out of it. Was I happy at the time? Yeah. Would I much rather had that first ed Dark Arm Dragon for the rest of my like career collecting Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes. But hey, you know, don't do that to other people. Again, if they know what they're doing and they're happy with the price, do it. But don't find that little kid who just pulled up Starlight, there we go, Appaloosa, that's an $800 card, and offer him $30 and then he's having a great day. That's not cool. Let him know what he has. Time and experience. So here's a big one that I don't think a lot of people really understand, is that the collection I have and the cards I've had that I've shown on this channel, that takes years to build up. That doesn't happen overnight like I have here. Stay diligent. Keep looking. It's not something that I don't know. It's not something that will just happen, right? You have to keep looking. Don't buy the first card that you find. For example, let's go back to the tour guide. Someone offered me, they offered me $200 for an ultimate rare tour guide. I said, it's a little bit too much, no thanks. So I walked away. Literally within 20 minutes, I found someone who's selling a tour guide for $160. I said, yeah, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. So don't buy that first card that you see. And here we have some absolutely amazing Shatterfoil Sirocco's, and wow, what are these called? I'm blanking real hard. But again, so this goes back to the use OCG cards. OCG has some incredible rarities. They also have some very expensive cards, and they have cards that we'll never have. But do I want to pay 40 or 50 or whatever they are dollars a piece for Super Sirocco's when I can go and find these amazing Shatterfoils for whatever I paid these? I'm not going to give away. I don't like talking about how much I paid on some of these Japanese cards, but you know, that's what I like to think about is that what you want to do? Talk about sets. Here's a set that I tried to complete and I got really upset with the seller. I won't mention his name. I called him out on Facebook on some of his posts. But the McDonald's packs, I wanted to complete McDonald's pack 1 and McDonald's pack 2. I bought some commons from this guy and he shipped them to me completely damaged. They do not look good. I paid like $1 each. I way overpaid for them anyways. And it just does not look good. But again, McDonald's pack, that is a set that I would suggest look at. You can complete the entire McDonald's series for, again, under $100. I think that would be an amazing place for a player to start. I think that's the last of the cards in the binder, but yeah. So here's my last thing is it will be expensive. And again, because of the price, don't confuse collecting with investing. I'm not an investor. I will never give investing advice. I've just happened to have been lucky with a lot of the cards I've purchased that they've gone up over time. For example, super rare champion pack Gravekeeper Spy. I bought 3 of them at less than $60 a piece. We're looking at probably like $170, $180 for an entire playset that now routinely sells upwards of $600 to $700 for a playset. It will be expensive. Try to find the cards before they get expensive, but it will be expensive. You know, if you're looking for holographic cards, let's take Dandelion, for example. Do you need that ultimate rare? It'd be nice. Can you get this Duelist Alliance? I don't know, whatever that is. Or can you get the Shonen Jump Ultra for dollars compared to the like 55 for the ultimate? Yes, start looking for those things. Yeah, it's not max rarity, but it's a great place to start. No regrets. Have the money. You need to have the money to understand what you're buying. Like I said, that's what this binder was. Fill it up with a bunch of comments. You don't have to have the most expensive cards. So when you go buy what you can afford and have no regrets about it. I have spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It doesn't bother me because it's my collection. It's what I love. It's my passion, and I'm gonna be doing it for the rest of my life. So don't have regrets about anything that you bought unless someone decides to send you extremely damaged cards. In which case, I don't know. Maybe you'll regret that. But my regret, and this is why I still collect now, is I've had my collection stolen, which included things like 4 Ultra Blackluster Soldiers, Chaos Emperor Dragons, like Secret First Ed Rockets, and a few other things that I don't remember. I wasn't a huge, I don't know. It had some really good stuff. But that was back in like 2007. I've had my collection stolen. I sold my collection twice where I've tried to get out of the game. And I've realized I don't want to do that. I don't want to get out of the game. I want to collect. This is my passion. It always has been. It only took me until pretty much like last year to really realize that this is what I love. So enjoy the passion, enjoy the hobby. Again, do you need the super rare Axe Raider, or can you just pick up a Speed Duel and also make those look good when you're starting? This is for starting your collection. If you're going into collect, hey, it's gonna be a lot more money, that's for sure. So, and understand, a lot of the money that you put into the game, you'll probably always be able to get that back. Yu-Gi-Oh! And card games in general have been pretty consistent, I guess. If you buy low, you'll always be able to get back what you put in. For example, if you can find Super Championship Book of Moons, Super Champion Pack Book of Moons. Those, I think, last I heard, up to $600 a piece. If you can get those for $400, for example, place at $1,200, you'll probably always be able to get your money back. If at some point you decide, this was a mistake, I do need my money back, you'll be able to get that money back. But I hope this gave you a little bit of insight into how I collect, how I built up my collection that is extremely expensive. Also, I want to toss this out there. I found these. More OCG. They're 100 packs each. They came in double, so it's a 200 pack thing. These sleeves are absolutely amazing, especially these ones. I'm going to be putting some kind of goat deck inside of this. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and enjoy my rambling. I hope this helps someone, this reaches out, and maybe new players start collecting. I always love hearing that. I love seeing collections. Again, please link me your collections. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to all of you later. Have a great day. Bye.